Rob, I, seeing this, I bet you could guess what just frustrates me about all of this, right? Which is that it's like they're just both. First of all, they're both talking past each other, and then second of all, it's like I don't know, dude. I don't exactly know how to say this, right? But okay, first of all, Bill, and I just honestly don't know enough to know this for 100% sure, but like I do know enough to go, Bill Maher's not as correct as he thinks he is. Like there are like I don't know, but like I've seen.
All right, tonight we're looking at a moment that turned in one of the most honest breakdowns of U.S. foreign policy you're going to hear anywhere. Dave Smith reacts to Bill Maher and Anna Kasparian debating women's rights in the Muslim world. But instead of staying in the culture war lane, he goes straight to the real issue, what American policy has done in that region. And he lays out something both sides completely miss.
I've seen pictures of girls in Tehran wearing mini skirts. Now they're doing it like in defiance of their government, and I'm not denying that like the Iran's government could crack down on that at some moment and not do it. But like I actually don't think it's completely accurate that like there are no Muslim cities anywhere where you could wear this dress. But regardless of any of that, the dynamic is that something about kind of like leftist worldview, and I think this is because they're somewhat fundamentally collectivist, is that you can't just go like, look, is it true that American intervention and destabilizing of the Middle East has made these problems worse in a lot of areas? Undeniably. Now, I don't know, I don't know if Anna would have felt comfortable wearing that dress in Damascus, but she would have felt a lot more comfortable wearing that dress in Damascus 15 years ago than she would today, because we made the situation much worse. So like there's that element to it, but also, guys, you don't have to pretend there's no problems in the Muslim world or take full responsibility for the problems in the Muslim world and say that everything is all America's fault or anything like that, to just go, hey man, but that's not really the relevant question here. The relevant question here is, what are we doing in this situation? Are we making it much worse than it otherwise would be? Yes or no? And so there's like this, the thing that's frustrating is that, and then I'll stop and let you go before I say any more on this. But it's like there's this dynamic where people on Bill Maher's side, the people who are really trying to defend Israel and critique Islam, they fall back to all of these broader critiques of Islam as a distraction from the critique of like, yeah, but what about what our own government has done and the governments that you are defending and supporting? What about what they've done in this region as well? And then there's a tendency on the part of like the leftists who agree with me about all the terrible shit that America and Israel's done to the Muslim world, who then feel they have a need to pretend that there are no problems in the Muslim world that are outside of what we believe it. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's like, but obviously neither one of those positions is correct. And I think Anna would be coming from a stronger position here if she'd just admit.
This is where Dave tightens the argument. He's not denying cultural differences. He's saying Anna would be stronger if she simply acknowledged them without using them to dodge the policy conversation. This whole debate shifts from culture to honesty and framing.
Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to wear this dress in a lot of parts of the Muslim world, and I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. However, I'm not going to lecture everybody else about what they're wrong about when what we're wrong about is genocide. Like, you just bite the bullet. It's okay. You can admit that there also are problems with other people. Anyway, your thoughts, Rob?
I think that's fair, that she could have just said, yeah, I wouldn't want to move there and be wearing this dress, but that doesn't mean that we should bomb them and make their regions worse, pretending that there will then be democracy. And with that said, I'm sure the destabilization in the region has made areas like, I don't know, Iran 1960s. Didn't people just dress however? Or like Egypt before the Muslim Brotherhood? I mean, I don't know. What was that like? I think you can just go to Dubai and hang out now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, you know, exactly. Again, like, I don't know how much do these governments crack down on their own people. I mean, I think tourists could probably go to Dubai or go, you know what I mean, to like major cities over there and have no problem doing whatever they want to. Can the locals really dress however they want to? I don't know exactly. But again, the point is that That's just a distraction. That's not the main issue right now.
This is the heart of Dave's argument. The debate isn't whether women can wear a dress in the Middle East. It's about what the U.S. policymakers are funding, doing, and escalating right now. He redirects back to policy, not culture.
Like when we're talking about this in politics, we're talking about policy, what policy we wish to see our government implementing. And it's like the thing I guess that's frustrating to me, right, is that the Bill Maher argument, it's like, hey, look, dude, what's actually on the table and what's being like, say, debated would be issues of like, should we have fought the terror wars? Should we be so intervened in this part of should we intervene so much in this part of the world? Should we be supporting Israel as they destroy the Gaza Strip? Is Israel justified in what they're doing? Like all of these, should we have the former leader of Al Qaeda or the former emir of Al Qaeda in Syria to the White House? Should we, like, these are the questions. Has there ever been a debate, Rob, where anyone was going, hey, Rob, should we repeal the Enlightenment and reject all of Western civilization and instead embrace Muslim theocracy? Like, is anybody having that debate? Like, what? Yes, obviously, there are things they do in that part of the world that are not in our tradition, that are not that do not reflect our values as a society. Like, okay, yes, there's a lot of that, but that's not what the debate's over. Nobody's saying in other words, it's on the table. If we have another bill coming up in Congress to send another $10 billion to Israel in weapons so they can continue this war, the option on the table is you could vote yes or no for that, right? Like that's what our congressman can do. Nobody is suggesting anywhere in the realm of possibilities is that, instead of her residence in Los Angeles, Anna Kasparian might have to go to Kuwait and live her life that, like, that's just not on the table. And so, like, it's fine to have conversations about that, but what ends up happening is that they try to have conversations about that, so we're not talking about this very real latest proposal and policy that's going into action, which is actually what the fight is about.
If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe for more calm, straightforward analysis. No rage, no spin, just clarity. And let me know in the comments, did Dave get this right? Should the debate focus on U.S. policy rather than cultural arguments? I'm curious to what you think.